Chapter 408, Motive. Amidst exaggerated laughter, the doors of the two bedrooms creaked open. Franca and Jenna appeared at the door, casting puzzled glances at Lumion. "What's so funny?" Franca muttered as she approached. How could he interrogate a criminal to get a reaction akin to watching a comedy performance? Lumion stopped laughing and remarked, "Ignorance can lead to many dangers, as can arrogance. And having ignorance and arrogance makes it almost irredeemable." Observing this, Jenna retreated to the bedroom and closed the door. She knew there were certain matters between Seal and Franca that were best left unknown to her. Why, is this guy really ignorant and arrogant? Franca used her right hand to quickly tidy her disheveled hair after waking up. She settled into the recliner and fixed her gaze on I Know Someone, who remained composed and emotionless. Lumion recounted how I Know Someone found it pointless to simply escape and insisted on seeking some amusement. He also mentioned his ignorance regarding the pursuer's connection to the Tarot Club. Franca was left speechless. She couldn't decide if this core member of April Fools was highly professional and committed to his principles or simply arrogant and ignorant. After a few moments, Franca glanced back at the guest bedroom door. Jenna is getting more involved in our affairs. Sooner or later, she would uncover our true faiths and the secret organization supporting us. Lumion said nonchalantly, "It's simple. Mr. Fool is an officially recognized Orthodox god. In a few days, take Jenna to Lavigny Docks and reveal who we truly worship and whose blessings we receive. Ask her if she wants to secretly convert to Mr. Fool. If she declines, that's okay too." "Okay," Franca nodded solemnly. Lumion refocused his attention on I Know Someone, who remained remarkably composed, and he redirected the conversation. "Why were the lot of you targeting Auror Muggle?" I Know Someone seemed to be discussing something unrelated to himself. "Because many members of the Research Society were praising her, we decided to embarrass her." "What kind of logic is that?" Franca blurted out. "You want to tease people when they are praised." I Know Someone nodded gently. Breaking the idealized image in the minds of many people is part of the spirit of pranks. Their reactions bring us immense satisfaction. Franca's face flushed with anger. She wanted to unleash a tirade, but restrained herself due to her lacking vocabulary. She took a deep breath and exhaled slowly. "So, do you even remember what happiness and joy are? Do you still experience these emotions?" Lumion let out a long sigh and asked, "And then?" I Know Someone wore a nostalgic expression. Capitalizing on Muggle's visit to our team to trade, I occasionally offered her helpful advice. She began to trust me more, even sharing her concerns with me as a psychiatrist seeking solutions. During that time, I played the role of a credible source, all while collecting enough information and planning a massive prank. Eventually, I discovered that the body Muggle inhabited following her transmigration belonged to a girl who believed in an evil deity of inevitability. Furthermore, she realized that her family, including her father, mother, brothers, and sister, displayed odd behaviors. There were numerous unsettling details upon closer examination, enough to induce fear in anyone who delved too deep. So, she found an opportunity to escape from home. This situation bore a striking resemblance to a family I knew, with a female member who had mysteriously vanished. After careful comparisons, Loki, the family, and I confirmed that Muggle was indeed their missing relative. Then, one day, Loki provided the family's modified soul summoning spell and instructed me to find a way to sell it to Muggle for her use. Drawing on my understanding of Muggle's psychological and emotional state, I meticulously crafted a persuasive argument. Leveraging her longing to return home and her habit of searching for clues, I convinced Mad Lady to sell the soul summoning spell to her. As expected, she began to suffer from schizophrenia. In a sense, Roch Louise Sanson came back to life. In each subsequent treatment session, I made her appear better on the surface, but her condition deteriorated with each passing session. At times, I even guided Roch's personality to emerge and engage with her. It was quite intriguing. Lumion listened in silence, refraining from interrupting I Know Someone's account with anger. Franca, on the other hand, was seething with anger, repeatedly sipping water to calm herself. Why are these people so detestable? They didn't regard others as real people at all. After I know someone had finished speaking, Lumion inquired further. The soul summoning spell comes from Roch Louise Sanson's family. That's correct. I know someone's condition was akin to a windless lake. They combined the knowledge obtained from a boon and a warlock's soul summoning spell, giving rise to the soul summoning spell that Muggle purchased. I'm not sure what makes it special. I'm not a scholar of witchcraft. Knowledge from a boon. Lumion quickly reviewed his knowledge of Dancer, Alms Monk, and Contractee within the inevitability pathway. But he found nothing that could be connected to the soul summoning spell. He suspected that it might be a knowledge linked to a higher sequence of the inevitability pathway, or perhaps a unique boon bestowed by the evil god known as inevitability. After a few moments of contemplation, Lumion asked slowly, "Does Roch Louise Sanson's family know about Muggle's existence and her condition? Are they aware of her true identity and her current location?" I know someone nodded. I informed them of the first part, and Roch herself disclosed the rest. Later, they managed to establish contact with Muggle, bypassing both me and Loki. The Sinners is involved in spreading the inevitability faith in Cordu and providing various resources. That's correct. The Padre could have joined them immediately after leaving Cordu and become their so-called archbishop. This indirectly confirms it. Lumion's emotions remained subdued, but his mind was sharp. He subconsciously clenched his fists and focused on I know someone. What are the names of the members of Roch Louise Sanson's family? Where are they currently residing? Are they affiliated with a secret organization or a cult? I know someone shook his head. After I moved into the asylum, I lost contact with them. During this period, I attempted to locate them, but discovered that they had already relocated. It seemed they were no longer using their original identities, as if they were trying to hide from something. Roch's father's name is Voisin, her mother's name is Constace, her elder brother's name is Bliss, her elder sister's name is Annette, and her younger brother's name is Adder. They are all part of a branch of the Sanson family. However, I do not know their current names. Voisin was once a struggling merchant on the brink of bankruptcy, but he later joined a secret organization known as the Sinners. Miraculously, he escaped his financial woes and regained his success. He had numerous businesses, with the most notable being the Voisin Café that doubled up as a hotel, restaurant, and various functions. It was frequented by high society, but before they relocated, these businesses were sold. Lumion proceeded to gather more information about the Sinners and sought details about the appearance, mannerisms, and habits of each family member. With the newly acquired information in hand, Lumion spoke thoughtfully. "Do you know what role the Sinner's demigod or Beyonder at a higher sequence played in the Cordu disaster?" I know someone replied. Not long before I moved into the asylum, Voisin informed me that they were taken by surprise. This occurred much earlier than the agreed-upon time, so none of them had arrived at the scene. It appears that some individuals were overly eager to obtain the boons. The ensuing mishap resulting from their failure also caused them to lose many leads. Otherwise, they would have discovered you much earlier. The sufferer lurking in the shadows of Cordu and around me isn't the demigod of the Sinners, so who is interfering with my fate with Termaboros? Lumion frowned and asked, "Did Roch not inform the Sinners, her parents, or her siblings about the early ritual?" "No," I know someone replied succinctly. "They believe she wished to reduce the number of individuals receiving the boons and concentrate the power." Lumion fell into a contemplative silence, sensing that something was amiss. Could the lizard-like elf be involved? It had prevented Auror from seeking Madame Hella's help and Roch Louise Sanson from contacting the Sinners. Lumion attempted to inquire further about this matter, but did not receive additional information. Wary of the truth serum's effects wearing off, he decided to change the subject. "What does the deity you believe and want you to do in Trier?" I know someone's vacant eyes remained fixed on the sofa as he responded. "He occasionally grants us revelations for us to decipher independently. If we interpret them correctly and complete the corresponding task, we receive something unexpected. Apart from these revelations, he rarely communicates with us directly. We can only pray to him through a ritual, and this can be done no more than once a week. The celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings and Mr. Fool's state are very similar. Lumion was tempted to inquire about the revelations granted by the celestial worthy, but decided it might be too risky to discuss. After a brief moment of consideration and deliberation, he decided to approach it from another angle and indirectly inquire. Did you start the rumors about human blood bread? Yes, I know, someone admitted without hesitation. Lumion continued, what about the rumor that mandrake can treat illnesses? I know, someone calmly replied. I was the one behind that as well. It was a revelation from the celestial worthy. It was then that I realized I could influence events this way. After some time, rumors of human blood bread began to spread. The mandrake rumor is a revelation from the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings. Will there be any hidden dangers in using it to suppress the spirituality surge? Lumion contemplated the idea of warning the naive vampire, La Nubruch. He circled around and inquired about other revelations about the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings. He didn't obtain much useful information, so he could only move on to the last topic. Tell me about Mad Lady, Ultraman, Hisoka, Loki, and Bard.